Hi there, my name is Ellen. I'll be correcting this set of essays for you today. Let's take a look at what you've written for us. Okay, let's see. Okay, so, dear Sir, Madam, I joined the English and Homestay program and got your contact information from the Stuffs. I want to appreciate for your generous offer to be my host family in advance, and I believe my upcoming visit to UK will be an exciting and fantastic memory of us. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is some of the language here. It's a little rocky, so I wouldn't say that it's entirely accurate. You need to work on it a little bit here, all right? So let me show you what I mean. We don't say I joined the program because joint isn't a noun. It's not a verb, okay? It's either an adjective or it's a noun, but it's certainly not a verb. So you have to fix that. And also this, you don't mean the stuffs. You mean, I believe, the staff with an A, and of course, no S. And then the second sentence is also awkward, has some mistakes. So let's fix it, and then I'll tell you what else this introduction needs. So, dear Sir, Madam, I have enrolled in the English and Homestay program and got your contact information from the staff. I want to thank you for your generous offer to be my host family in advance, and I believe my upcoming visit to the UK will be an exciting and fantastic experience. Okay, not memory of us. That's kind of awkward. It definitely doesn't feel natural. All right, so those changes I think would make this a lot better. Let's keep going. To let you know me before my arrival, I want to make a simple introduce to myself. I am a Chinese college student, majored in English literature, and interested in travel. The reason that I joined this program is to get better acknowledgement about UK, my dreamed country since I was 11 years old. Therefore, I look forward beginning this study trip and visiting your family eagerly. All right, again, there are some things that I want to change because the language feels uh well, it's not natural. It feels like intermediate level at best. All right. So we have to do some things to make it flow a little better and have more precise language. Precision is really important here. Okay. So let's try it again. We wouldn't say to let you know me. We would say something like to give you a brief introduction about me before my arrival. Um, let's see. It doesn't work with what else you wrote here. So how about this? Allow me to give you a brief introduction about myself. That would be okay. It's nice and formal. And then I am a Chinese student majoring in English literature, interested in travel. Yeah, so it's majoring. It's because it's who is majoring and who is interested. So that's okay. All right. The reason I joined, now again, Joined. That's what you're looking for. And not to get better acknowledgement, that's the wrong word, but is to get better, how about acquainted with the UK, my dream country without the ED, since I was 11 years old. Therefore, I look forward to beginning this study trip and visiting your family. I don't like where eagerly is here because it's almost like you're looking forward to visiting his family eagerly, and that sounds a little odd. So maybe I eagerly look forward to beginning this study trip and visiting your family. That works a lot better. That way we know that the eagerly goes to everything. Let's keep going. Even though I have checked many websites to get prepared as well as possible, I am still concerned about a lot of questions because this is my first time for a trip to another. Another is one word. I would appreciate if you can tell me some details about the local life related to personal safety and daily transportation I may use in the future. In detail, I would like to know whether it is safe to walk on the street at night, what kinds of transportation are usually taken by international students like me, and should I apply for the local debit or credit card at the moment when I arrive at the airport. Now, you decided to put all of your questions into one sentence. Um, I don't think that's a great idea. It shows maybe a limited amount of cohesion. So what would have been better is if you had split this up into maybe a couple of sentences, and then you could have used some linking devices like additionally, or also I would appreciate if you could tell me, or also I would like to know. So it would have given you an opportunity to kind of show a bigger range of language, and that would have been nice. Okay. In addition, here no, here is all right, and then you have to fix this. This sounds a little odd. In addition, here is my travel information. That works. 6 p.m. on November 27th, arriving at London Airport. November 28th, joining the orientation of English and Homestay program. Okay, we don't need all this information. They didn't ask for it. They want to know about your itinerary. What time do you arrive? What day you arrive? All this additional stuff you've added is not relevant. Okay, we just need to know what time you arrive at the airport. And what day. So you didn't need to include all this. You didn't include the okay. So let's see. Working permission during which time I may try to get a job in the local news department. Okay. Hope this information, and please add an I. I know that we do this. We omit the I a lot of times when we're writing informally, but this is actually a formal letter, and so I would definitely prefer if you were more formal and you included the I. So I hope this information could help if you need to make some arrangements accordingly. All right, that's nice. Like I said, you don't need all of it. I would have taken some of that out. You just need to give your flight information, what time you're arriving, and then it's also a good idea to mention something about how you plan to get to the house. Thank you very much again for offering me not a living room. A living room is like where the family sits and hangs out and watches TV and plays games and whatever. You don't mean that. You mean, how about living space or living quarters also would have been good. So thank you very much for offering me living quarters during the program. Not willing to hear from you. How about looking forward to hearing from you? And then, since you refer to them as dear sir, madam, you want to end your letter with yours faithfully. That's one of the conventions of letter writing. So when we write a formal letter and we don't know the name of the person we're writing to, we use yours faithfully. Okay. Okay. So let's see. So basically, I thought that this was a letter that definitely needs work. It has some good elements. Let's see. It has some good elements. Like you had some good pieces of grammar and language, but it wasn't consistent, and there was quite a bit of awkwardness. So that's what I'd like you to work on a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's take a look now at your task two. Is this about international marketing? Okay. So, with the development of technology, I don't like that O there, it's wrong. Transportation speed to other countries has dramatically, no, increased, which promotes S, international trade and communication. Get rid of that, the. However, people hold different opinions about this phenomenon. Some treat it as a new form of international intrusion, other than war. I don't understand that. While other people get rid of that the, believe it can enhance the development of the local economy and bring different ideas, language, and culture. This essay will discuss both sides of the opinions and give its own thought. Okay, first of all, the essay has asked you very clearly for your position. They want to know what you think. So that's what you need to include here from your introduction. It is really important. Okay. When they ask you for your opinion, make sure you put it in the introduction. So that's the first thing. And then the essay doesn't have its own thoughts. The writer of the essay has his or her own thoughts. So that's what you want to indicate here. So this essay will discuss both sides and express why I think ABC. Okay? That's how you want to do this. All right, let's keep going. First of all, international marketing can be harmful to the local enterprises to some degree, and it is caused by the difference of labor price and tech development in the world. From a historical perspective, we can name many companies like Colin and Footer broken. I don't understand broken here because of the new products invented by its competitors in other countries. There is no doubt that international trade has introduced more severe competition to local manufacturers and increased their risk of getting passed by the market. Therefore, it is natural for some people to vote against multi country trade. Okay, so two things about this. First of all, the grammar was good. I felt it was a little short. I thought maybe you could have added more to this, but let's talk about what's really more important here. It's off topic. You're talking about international trade, but the essay is asking you to talk about international marketing. They're two different things. So while international marketing falls under trade, it's not the same thing. Okay. So it's really important that you understand what international marketing is so that you can cover the topic accurately. Let's go on to your next paragraph. On the other hand, some dual side or multi side trade also enhances, here you need an S, local economy by introducing creative ideas and foreign capital. This means there would be more opportunities for local citizens to get acknowledgement about other countries. And during this process, they can learn some brilliant thoughts or even further may generate their own ideas, which can change their whole life. Okay. In addition, international marketing always comes together with foreign capital, generally known as golden money for local companies that can help them to expand their local trade, their original trade size, and therefore provide more opportunities for local workforce, the local workforce here, all right, this is better. It still, though, feels really rather vague. Like I don't know if you're talking about international trade or international marketing here, so it didn't really feel particularly specific, and that would have been nice if it were a little more specific. So that's the one thing I want to talk about there. But the grammar was good. I was happy about that because, as I mentioned to you before, I thought that your letter had some kind of awkward grammar. Like grammar wasn't its strongest point. Okay. So this was definitely better. But again, not entirely like focused on topic. It wasn't really sure what you were talking about. But it was okay. It still could have been a little more developed. All right, moving on. In conclusion, even if there are some disadvantages of international marketing, it can help the local economy by stimulating education development and enhancing domestic marketing. All right, I want to talk about this. We're not talking about the economy. When the essay says to you economical form of education, they don't mean like helping the economy. They mean an inexpensive form of education. So in this way, IELTS is kind of testing your vocabulary to make sure that you understand this language and how economical is used. So that is an error here that I want to point out to you. Let's say, even if there's some disadvantages of international marketing, can help the local economy by stimulating education development and enhancing domestic marketing. Yeah, I don't think some of these ideas are relevant. Therefore, the government in different countries should work together to enhance international marketing and trade. No S here. Okay, so I thought this was well written as far as language is concerned. It was a little underdeveloped, and it also, as I said repeatedly, was not entirely on topic. You were just talking about trade, I felt in general, and didn't really understand, or at least didn't express ideas related to international marketing. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this essay correction. I see some good points in your writing, but I do also see that there are some areas that you absolutely need to work on. You didn't mention, I think, anywhere in your email what score you need, but since you said you're using the test for immigration, I'm assuming you need at least a 7. So what I want to recommend is that if you're looking at that kind of a score, then I definitely want you to get some help to improve. So one thing that I think would really be beneficial to you would be the online course so that you can get all the information you need on how to answer on topic, write really cohesive paragraphs, and really write high scoring essays. Okay. So hopefully that's something that will work for you. I look forward to working with you in the future, and I want to wish you lots of luck.